Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of one Harley Quinn was directed by Kathy Yan and is the latest to come out of the DCEU. The one silver lining of the mess that was Suicide Squad was the prospect of Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. She felt very natural in the role and was pretty much perfect casting. So when a standalone Harley Quinn movie was announced, I was pretty excited, especially that it was going to be an R-rated movie. There was just so much that could be done with a standalone Harley Quinn movie. Despite the very mixed reviews it was getting, I stayed hopeful and finally got to see it. And this movie gives me a lot to talk about. Well, I can't say that I enjoyed it mostly. I can say that I enjoyed it mostly. I wouldn't quite call it one of my favorite DC movies. Despite its many flaws, which I'll get into, Birds of Prey still had some elements to where they were really solid. All of the performances were really good, the two standing out being Margot Robbie and Ewan McGregor, of course. Ewan McGregor really got to tap into a charismatic yet sadistic side of himself that we never really got to see. His range in this movie is pretty impressive, blending together comedy and rage in a very unique way. Why, why it may, While it may not be the most original performance, Ewan brings his own charm to it that makes him stand out amongst comic book villains. However, the real star of the show is Margot Robbie. When she is on screen, she is absolutely killing it as Harley Quinn. No other actress could have played this role as perfectly as she does. And when she is in this movie, Harley Quinn steals the show. Margot Robbie is just so good at being this character that she steals every scene she's in, especially during the action sequences. Credit where credit is due, the action sequences are also some of the most fun and well-directed inside the DCEU. Kathy Yan is a very new director, and to my knowledge, she has never directed an action movie like this before. Yet she seems very natural at it. They're the right amount of stressful and tense as they are fun and exciting. While they won't blow you away with stunning visuals, they're not trying to. The action scenes do their job and do it exceptionally well. The movie can also be pretty funny at times. The jokes don't feel forced or written at the last second like they do in so many other DC movies. They feel natural to the situations and aren't trying to be too silly. Not all of them land, but they aren't out of place. I do really like a lot of the ideas that were presented in this film, and if they were in the hands of a better writer than Christian Hudson, she wrote Bumblebee and Unforgettable, I feel like this movie could have been great. But unfortunately, this movie also had its fair share of glaring flaws, major issues that really bogged down an otherwise really entertaining movie. The largest sin this movie commits is the lack of Harley Quinn. While I'm fully aware that it is supposed to be a Birds of Prey movie, when all the other Birds of Prey are so underdeveloped and so just non-presence in this movie, it really shocks me that it didn't just go for a full Harley Quinn movie instead of this weird team-up movie that it became in the last 20 minutes of the movie. It felt very DC and very shoehorned in, and I just was not a fan of it whatsoever. The movie also has a problem with tone. That's mostly due to the poor editing. The music is also distractingly bad. The shifts in tone feel really out of place. But it's also the fault of weak writing. The movie leans a little too heavy on the more cartoony aspects of the superhero genre in places, and it feels off from the rest of the movie. There will be a really dark scene, and then just all of a sudden, Doja Cat, whatever her song was called, song will just be blaring, and it'll be a big action sequence. That's really bad tonal whiplash, and I'm just not a fan of it. Birds of Prey is a very frustrating movie. There are a lot of things to like about it. If the movie wouldn't not had so many confusing choices in the script, it would have been what I wanted from a DC movie. But it made those dumb choices, so now it sits in some weird kind of middle ground for me. Birds of Prey gets a B-. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that was better than the Onward review. Again, I will be doing these, and also there is a good amount of Netflix films I feel like I should use this format, kind of. I like this format, so let me know how you guys feel about it. Leave a comment on what movies you want to see me review next, any, rankings you want to see me do. I'm all ears at this point, so yeah. Thank you so much for watching.